This AskReddit user asks, what keeps you up at night? Irrational fears. If you have irrational fears, the first step is being aware that they can't hurt you. I have OCD and I deal with irrational thoughts all the time, so my therapist taught me exposure therapy, where you expose yourself to you fear repeatedly and then your brain is like, oh, I've been doing this several times. There's no danger. Just chill. If you want to learn more about this, search up behavior therapy. My brain. A compilation of the most cringe-worthy things I've done up to this point. It's my brain's all-time favorite Netflix series. Crippling anxiety. Same. Yeah, true and sad at the same time. My FG brain. I don't know why, but I'm only motivated to do stuff at night. Working third shift. Guys building houses and swimming pools in the forest using only mud, bamboo and their bare hands. Yes, Minecraft, but real people. How do dudes using their bare hands keep you up? They're holding his bed off the floor. They are literally keeping him up. AskReddit. Hoping that I made the correct decision on what I want to major in. Very scary how fast school is going and I'm nervous that I picked the wrong thing. But I feel it's too late to turn back. Last month I got in a fight with this guy in the parking lot after my bowling league and I stabbed him in the leg with my switchblade and he started screaming, I'm gonna get you, I'm gonna get you, and I was like, how? I just stabbed you in the leg with my switchblade. Then he goes, I meant after I heal I'm going to get you, and I was like, yeah, I doubt it, but I realize now that he's probably healed up and back from the hospital and he's probably after me for revenge. So like lately I've been sleeping in bed with my switchblade, but last night I accidentally stabbed myself in the leg when I got up in the middle of the night to go to the bathroom, so I don't know if I'm gonna keep sleeping with my switchblade, but also I don't want him to be able to get the jump on me when I'm sleeping, so I haven't really been able to get much sleep lately. That wasn't the longest run-on sentence I've ever heard, but it's up there. This is hilarious. Why don't you have any upvotes? Here you go. You seem completely fine. Don't worry. Knowing that things I've said have hurt others. TikTok and the ongoing emptiness, but it's normally just TikTok, hee. Me. Mom. How much have you had? Mom. You're interrogating me? Yeah. I had 2 or 3. Me. And you drove home? Mom. Give me a break, Mr. 2FG Duas. Me. So you think after 40 years of driving and not getting caught that makes you FG immune to the cops? It just makes you luckier. You can still get pulled over at 65 years old. Mom. I don't need this lesson from you. This keeps you up at night? I don't get how my mom could sit through not 1 but 2 court hearings with me and still push the envelope herself. It's not just my mom. A lot of people have this mentality of, I didn't get caught, so I didn't do anything wrong. Just because you didn't get pulled over, it doesn't make you any less guilty than someone who did. Only difference is my guilt is on paper. The fear that life will never go back to the way it was. Haha. Yeah, no. Whatever you're imagining through rose-tinted glasses, your brain is probably playing bullshit with you. You kinda just gotta imagine a better future and step by step make that reality. It sounds like ignorant optimistic st, but it is true. Just be nice to a friend. Call them or something. Stay in contact. Sometimes I'll get so angry that I don't sleep all night. Or maybe and just don't have any sleep. P.S. The thing about getting angry doesn't happen very often. My thoughts. Now this is really relatable. Does anyone else find it easy to fall asleep but then you wake up in the night and all your worries haunt you? Hello friend. Yes, but not only my worries haunt me. Also the sudden urge to eat cereal and small bag croissants. Reddit. Insomnia. I feel like insomnia is much more common than we realize. So, I'm not the only one. Will John Green put me out of my misery already and publish a new book? Nothing. I keep other people awake at night. Mad Dog, Mattis. I was there when he said that. I'll never forget it. DN. Heard from the mouth of the legend himself. Here's an upvote. The whole place gave him a huge ovation. It was the highlight of the conference. My wife with all her FG sleep talking. The other night at around 2:30 a.m. she jumps up. Starts pressing on my chest and is like, "Don't let them take it." She's trying to take my ID. Then falls back asleep. Another time we were staying at the in-laws and they had 2 twin beds in one bedroom. In the middle of the night she gets up. Sits at the edge of her bed facing me and in a super creepy tone she's like, "Wakey wakey." Meanwhile I'm laying in bed. Pretending to still be sleeping. Shook as FK. Mine had me get out of bed and look for a ferret for an hour. We used to work at a pet store and one was shoplifted that day. So I feel you there. She has pretty bad night terrors and talking episodes. Lol. Yeah, mine typically talks in her sleep when she's overly tired from a long work week, etc. Hopefully one day you too find that elusive ferret so you can finally get some well-deserved rest. That last one is terrifying. The stress of balancing academic success with personal well-being. PN. Happy Cake Day. Heat or noise? Coffee. Sometimes. My boyfriend's mechanical keyboard clacking. Reddit. I literally just stayed up because of Reddit today. I am literally doing it as I type this. It's time for bed. But I wanna browse. When my sinuses seal themselves completely shut and my nose drips. Like, why is it even possible for sinuses to swell shut? There is literally no situation under which that could ever be useful. Loneliness and sexual frustration. I wish I could have someone to hold and laugh with every night and every morning. When I finally do fall asleep, I dream about it. And then I wake up with a broken heart because I know I'll never actually get to feel that. Unpopular opinion. But why would you want to put that on someone else? You've got a decent 80 years on this planet. You've got time to figure yourself out. Put what on someone else? The fact that I want a compatible sexual partner, cuddle buddy. I don't need someone to take care of me or generally make me happy. But sexual intimacy is something I can't really achieve on my own. I go back and forth between thinking it's ridiculous that I should need anyone else for anything, to remembering that we are social creatures and that it's perfectly natural to want sex. Also, it's not that I've never had sex or a relationship. I had one partner. For 12 years. It was not healthy and very difficult to get away. I'm getting older and everyone I've ever been close to, whether it was family, friend, or romantic interest, has either used me or drifted away. Something must be terribly wrong with me. Also, I have 2 young children. Even if I was brave enough to keep trying, I can't bear the thought of bringing someone into my family only for them to leave. I don't want my children to struggle with that. And assuming the man was a good person, I imagine it would hurt him too. I've got plenty of other things in my life to be thankful for. But that, I'm pretty sure, will always be missing. You need someone to share all this bottled up frustration with. Sex will never achieve that. I can't ever have biological children. So I won't pretend to understand your frustration. We're opposites, it seems. I don't crave sex at all and find it really smelly. Crazy Frog, Axel F. And the blonde kid dancing in the background. Cockroaches. Being paranoid that they are lurking around me. Anxiety, depression and loneliness. Was about to say this. It really sucks and constantly makes me sleep deprived. Then when I'm sleeping I'll wake up suddenly breathless feeling like if I'm drowning. Babies are born with kneecaps. That time in 3rd grade when I answered, "They are very nice," when a test asked me to make an observation about a group of triangles. I lolled. The teacher shared it with the class when we were waiting in line to go for recess too. Oh, don't worry about that. You might think it's very embarrassing. But I think it's pretty funny and doesn't reveal your whole you. The unknown amount of nuclear bombs the Soviet Union lost. And the unfound ones the Americans lost. Hee hee. It's only like 7 or so. And most of them are just at the bottom of the ocean. My phone. Reddit honestly. Nuclear weapons. My baby. Literally feeding him while typing this. Sure, it's worth it in the long run, but I really miss a solid 8 hours sleep. Sometimes my dog stretches her legs in her sleep and pushes hard against my torso. She's sound asleep and I can't move that much dead weight laying down. So I have to get up and scooch over. Then she wakes up and looks at me like, "Hey, where are you going?" and snuggles back up against me. Phone. Reddit. Mental health issues. When all things are settled down, and I lay down, I think of different scenarios in my head of what could have been done differently with past occurrences in my early life. Like things I have said. Or done to other people. Or if I had done something it could have prevented a lot of things from occurring. It's things like this that keep me up at night. Reliving a conversation I had 3 years ago. The market's being closed till Tuesday. The kids screaming in my basement. Really wish they'd shut up. Caffeine. Masturbation and depression sometimes separate, sometimes together. My insomnia. My phone. Thinking of how little work I did that day. My bladder. Caffeine. I'm nocturnal. I got lots of thoughts. I've been kept up by some small pains. Swallowing problems. Boys and my doggos needing to constantly be curled up against me. About how Reddit doesn't help. WBU? Everything. Every DN thing. My job as a night shifter. Overthinking. My dog not being able to find a comfortable position on the bed. Thinking the ceiling fan will unexpectedly fall off. Worrying about my lipos exploding and random scary thoughts that I have to lead myself away from. Thinking of answers to strangers' questions on Reddit. The inevitable end of time itself. Rocco's basilisk. The weight of the world. Awkward ST I did 15 years ago that I should really just let go. Memories of myself a few years ago. Not being able to produce enough melatonin. Insomnia. Reddit. YouTube. Reddit. And Instagram. A series of anxiety-inducing, morbid posts related to death. Why did they all have to be in the same night? Going down the YouTube rabbit hole. Fear. I really don't know. I always have had problems sleeping. Embarrassing things that I did in elementary high school. Memories of that one embarrassing thing from years ago. Insomnia. My insecurities. What if? Stupid neighbor doing parties on the middle of a pandemic crisis. Also depression. Cocaine. Acid. LSD. Or mushrooms. My life. 5-hour energy. Drugs. Memories of dumb ST I did years ago. Constantly fearing that someone is going to break in my house and kill me. To be fair, my mom's house has an issue of someone always going through her stuff when no one was home and leaving the lights on and her stuff everywhere. Doors open and unlocked. But nothing ever stolen. We would all be at work or out. And still have no idea who it is that does it. But it happens every 2 to 3 years and my mom has no idea how to explain it to cops without sounding crazy. And everyone I live with has a very suburban mentality of not thinking that locking doors is a big deal. I can't sleep until I check all the doors and windows to make sure they're closed and locked, cause everyone here has gone to bed leaving the garage door wide open 5 times. The back door unlocked 3 times. And the front door unlocked twice. Mind you, stuff was stolen from their car in the first 3 months we moved in. But they still don't think locking stuff is a big deal since we live in a safe area. And my one roommate actually said that if it's their time to die, then it's their time to die. And I'm sitting there like, that's cool and all, but I don't wanna get murdered. So, from everything I've learned about serial killers and murderers in general, everyone thinks their neighborhood is perfectly safe until someone is found brutally murdered. Also, exploding head syndrome. Having a sleeping disorder that causes auditory hallucinations to wake you from a dead sleep in terror is no fun at all. Thanks for watching. Make sure to like and subscribe to the channel for more videos.